The tragic deaths of 3 people in a burnt-out shed fire in the city's northwest are prompting calls for change. It's believed the victims were using the structure outside a home renovation store to stay warm. And advocates for the homeless say it is a sobering reminder that current efforts to support Calgary's most vulnerable are failing. Terry Fikowski is back at that scene in Crowfoot Crossing tonight. So, Terry, what are you hearing from the community today?
Tara, both strangers and loved ones have been stopping by to pay their respects at the growing memorial behind me for the 3 victims. Calgary police say that they are still in the process of notifying next of kin, but outreach workers tell us that 2 of the victims have actually been set up here for a month. They say that reflects that their deaths could have been prevented and never should have happened.
Flowers, candles, and angels amongst a pair of scorched shoes, makeup, and charred debris. A growing memorial for the 3 victims found after a fire ravaged the sample shed it's believed they were using for shelter.
This is exactly another example of how we are failing to provide the most very basic human rights.
Fire crews responded to 911 calls of an explosion and someone on fire in the Lowe's parking lot around 4 a.m. Monday. 3 people were found dead, 2 men and a woman. Advocates for the homeless say this isn't an isolated case and urgent action is needed.
This housing crisis is very real. We are seeing folks multiple times throughout the past few months already with burns, frostbite. We are going to be seeing the amputations. It's a very sad situation, one that is completely preventable.
According to the latest point-in-time count in Calgary, 29% of the more than 2,700 people experiencing homelessness are unsheltered. Mayor Jody Gondak says the current housing strategy is citywide, but says the deaths show more work is needed.
So within the shelter system, we have some very good advocates who are trying to make sure that we can get people in as they have an emergency and then out into proper housing very quickly, and we continue to strive for that.
Outreach workers say these 2 men were set up here for about a month, and shoppers have noticed people sheltering in the sheds before. Calgary police have also worked with staff at this Lowe's location in previous years to address concerns about property security. The company have boarded up the remaining sheds and have not responded to CTV News' requests for comment. Terry Fikowski, CTV News.